Alright, so quick warning, this video will contain potential spoilers about DK Bonanza. So if you don't want to hear anything about potential Mario Kart World DLC, anything to do with DK Bonanza's game, leaks, or even data mines, you might want to skip this video. But seriously, I cannot believe Mario Kart World has already been out for like 3 months now, and I've had so much fun with this damn game. Like, I feel a bit like Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars. I want more, even though I probably shouldn't. But the problem is, we were spoiled so much of Mario Kart Tour. That game hit us with new content basically every single 2 weeks, which just kept it alive for years. And when you get used to that constant stream of just content, it just makes you even hungrier for updates and just something for Mario Kart World. So we're kind of clinging on to everything we get. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know there's been a lot of speculation floating around already. Things like Donkey Kong Bonanza voice credits and Mario Kart World voice credits just linking up. Donkey Kong and Pauline alternatives just missing from the roster compared to other characters. Even a secret mode that's been tucked away in the online menu. And of course some random speculation things that probably mean nothing. And I've covered all that stuff extensively, so I'm not going to be rehashing any of it here. Instead, this video is just going to be focusing on all the new stuff because some data mine information just dropped. And while it could lead to absolutely nothing, I still think it's just worth talking about, especially because of how it kind of ties into Donkey Kong and some of those rumors, but realistically not really at all. So don't get your hopes up. Before I dive into all of it, just a real quick side note for everyone asking about the giveaway. I know I haven't announced the giveaway winner just yet, and I just want to apologize. I have made note that my dad was unwell recently, and on top of all of that, we actually got our football grand final happening, so life's been a little bit hectic at the moment, but good news, the new date for the giveaway is this Friday on the community tab. So we are going to be giving away a copy of Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World then. And the only thing that you need to do is just be subscribed to be part of it. That's it. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this data mine. Nintendo kind of actually put up the leaked internal file names for Mario Kart World tracks. And if you know anything about how Mario Kart Tour leaks went, and even 8 Deluxe's booster course pass, this is exactly how people kind of figured out what tracks were coming way before they got revealed. Again, don't get your hopes up, this is just about tracks where you already know about that are in the game. However, the internal names have always been like a dead giveaway. Again, it's kind of what we covered on this channel a lot of years ago, discussing Yoshi's Island and Squeaky Clean Sprint before it even happened. So what did we learn about Mario Kart World? Well, a few things actually stand out immediately. Faraway Oasis was originally labeled as DK Jungle Parkway, Starview Peak was originally known as Rosalinda's Ice World, and Moo Moo Meadows actually started out as Moo Moo Farm, according to the file names anyway. Now, that's all interesting, right? Because what that shows is, at some stage of development, these tracks were different. They weren't just random placeholders either, they were actually existing track names. So it could suggest that Nintendo swapped them out, or even just reworked them into something new. Or maybe they were just their file names and there was just nothing more to it. Here's the thing, and I want to be really clear about this. I don't think this is a direct evidence of DLC. Personally, I think it just shows that Nintendo changed their mind partway through development. That said, the DK Jungle Parkway one does make you raise an eyebrow slightly. If the Donkey Kong Bonanza stuff is real, this could have just been a track they had slotted in before, deciding to make something brand new instead. So while I don't personally believe it's foreshadowing DLC, it does kind of fit the narrative of more Donkey Kong content being planned behind the scenes. And that's why people are kind of paying attention to this. Because if you look at the bigger picture, the missing DK and Pauline ults, the Bonanza voice actors showing up in the credits, those little breadcrumbs just start to feel connected. Even if this particular one is probably just a dev swap. Especially with all the rumored 40th anniversary Mario stuff that just it's everywhere on my Twitter feed. That could potentially be announced there, or just something Mario Kart in general. At the 35th, of course, we got both Mario Kart Tour new content, and even Mario Kart Live Home Circuit was announced there too. But honestly, I don't really want to give any more credit to that theory, so let's just go into the actual full data mines for all the track file names, and it is a long one, so strap in. Mario Bros Circuit's file name was First Circuit, Crown City was West City, Whistle Stop Summer was Coaster, DK Spaceport was very fittingly just Donkey Kong. That just makes so much sense. Desert Hills was Desert Hills, Shy Guy Bazaar was Shy Guy Bazaar, Wario Stadium was Wario Stadium, Airship Fortress was Airship Fortress, DK Pass was DK Pass, Starview Peak was actually Rosalinda's Ice World as I mentioned before, Sky High Sundae was Ice Buildings, we'll come back to that one in a minute, Wario Shipyard was Wario Shipyard, Koopa Troopa Beach was Koopa Troopa Beach. Faraway Oasis was DK Jungle Parkway. Peach Stadium was just Central. Peach Beach was Peach Beach. Salty Speedways was a Lagoon City. Dino Dino Jungle was Dino Dino Jungle. Great Question Block Ruins was Storm Clouds. Cheap Cheap Falls was Rafting River. Dandelion Depths was Cave. Boost Cinema was just Cinema. Dry Bones Burnout was Dino Bones. As I mentioned before, Moo Moo Meadows is Moo Moo Farm. Choco Mountains, Choco Mountain. Toad's Factory is Toad's Factory. Bowser's Castle was just Lava. Nice. Acorn Heights was Big Tree. Also nice. Mario Circuit was just Mario Circuit. And Rainbow Road was just Rainbow. Clever. Here's what I find funny. Almost all the retro tracks kept their original name. The only real oddball is Sky High Sundae, which is actually listed as Ice Building. That kind of suggests it might have been planned for World from the very start, not just ported in from Tour like some people think, or 8 Deluxe. There's always been a lot of contradicting arguments just going over what game it was actually planned for. This may potentially suggest that it was for Mario Kart World. Again, another fan theory, go ahead and argue about it in the comments. We do know that Mario Kart World's development started a long time ago. I believe it was 2017. I haven't fact checked that. I probably should fact check it before starting a video, but it was a while ago. So it is entirely possible. And considering how good that track was in Mario Kart World compared to both Tour and also 8 Deluxe, I really hope it was planned for World first. So yeah, look, it's not like we uncovered a brand new DLC pack here, but it's still interesting information regardless. At the very least, it gives us a peek behind the curtain just at how maybe development shifted around. And when you pair this with how Tour data mining works and also 8 Deluxe, it still could be maybe useful for figuring some stuff out later down the line, especially if we actually get a proper data mine of the files, which I don't think will happen. But I'll throw it back to all of you guys. What do you think? Are these just leftover file names? Or do you think something like DK Jungle Parkway or Rosalina's Ice World or even Moo Moo Farm could maybe sneak in DLC later? And what about Sky High Sundae? Was it always just meant to debut in Mario Kart World? I don't know. Drop your thoughts in the comments as I'd love to hear your take. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment as it really helps out the video. But until next time, make sure to take care of yourselves and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!